They tried to vindictively silence you. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder for my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, they tried to vindictively silence you. I need somebody to drop in the comments and say, I won't shut up for nobody. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, I won't shut up for nobody. Now, I don't mean that in a problematic way. I don't mean that in a troublemaking way. I don't mean that, to say that I'm going to run your company how I want to run your company. I'm going to run your business how I want to run your business. I'm not saying that from a I do what I want to do mentality. I'm saying that anytime a person have something of value or something worthy or even intelligent to say, people try to box them off. People try to keep them closed off. People try to silence their voice, mute their voice. They don't want what they have to say to get out because they know the world is going to react to it. All right? They wouldn't do this to a person who don't have nothing of value, worthy, or intelligent to say. That's why they vindictively silence you. Now, it's one thing to try to keep a riot from happening, a war from happening, a whole big issue from happening, very similar to when the Nation of Islam instructed Malcolm X not to speak on JFK's assassination, all right? Some people may differ, but I can understand what they were saying. You got to realize, y'all, number one, it's already a white and black war, okay? Then you don't want to turn it into a religious war, then a political war. So only people who can understand chess will understand why the Nation of Islam, actually wanted him not to speak on that situation, all right? However, y'all, I don't think it became vindictive until he began to tell truths about the nation. When he began to expose certain things that other people did not know or see about the nation. That's when it became a vindictive silence, all right? So that's one thing when you're trying to use preventive maintenance or when you're trying to avoid conflicts, all right? It's another thing when you're trying to keep the truth from getting out there, the real from getting out there. Information that can be insightful to the world out there. You follow what I'm saying? And people try to vindictively silence you in a multitude of different ways, whether that is them trying to stop your money from coming in, them trying to intimidate those who are around you, them trying to keep you from speaking up on their job, them trying to fire you from their job, them trying to keep your book from coming out, trying to keep your videos from coming out. I mean, the list goes on. Anytime it's something that is valuable or of worthiness that's about to come out, or when somebody is about to put it out and they are a credible source, they try to silence it vindictively. Notice I said vindictively. All right, this is when they're doing it in the evil way, evil tactics, wicked strategies, vindictive. All right, I'm just doing it because I'm doing it in a bad way. Not just, hey, hold off on it. We trying to keep from having a riot. No, they like whatever you have to say is the riot. And I don't like the fact that it's insightful, intelligent, something that is of value. And when it gets placed out there into the world, people are going to be impacted. Dr. Sebi, you follow what I'm saying? And so, yes, y'all, they tried to vindictively silence you. But let's go ahead and get directly into this video because this right here is going to be one of those deep ones. And, of course, it's still a banger. But first thing is first, y'all, leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Of course, y'all, ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video. How y'all doing, fam? What's going on, man? What y'all ate today? Let me know what y'all ate today, y'all. I just had breakfast, something like, what I'm saying? I had some maple sausages. I had some grits. No butter, though. No butter. Literally, y'all, a pinch of salt and some cheese eggs. I'm trying to do better, all right? And I just wanted like a high protein, you know what I'm saying? But I know it's all in according to what type of sausage you're getting and all that, y'all. But anyway, y'all, don't judge me. That's what I had for breakfast today. Later on, I may have some steak and some vegetables and a lobster tail. You know what I'm saying? Y'all drop in the comments and let me know what y'all about to eat. But anyway, let's get right into this, y'all. Number one, the reason why they tried to vindictively silence you is because you know too much, all right? You know too much. Now, family, I'm not saying you're the smartest person in the entire world, Craig. I'm just saying that you're very insightful. You have information. You know, you've read up on the government. You've read books. You understand certain things that goes on in the system. You understand psychology. You understand things about the medical field. You have street sense and street knowledge. You understand. And even in the Bible, it says that in all things that you do, have what, y'all? Understanding. Somebody drop in the comments and say, I understand very well. When you know too much, people don't want you to have anything or too much to say. Why is that? Because you are now a threat to whatever it is that you know about. Okay? You can be a threat to the industry. You can be a threat to a job. You can be a threat to the relationship. You can be a threat to somebody who's trying to conquer and triumph wickedly. You can be a threat to anything, y'all. All right? Anything. So, for example, you take a corporate employee, somebody who work in, the corporate world, and guess what? They're uncovering illegal dumping, financial, the wrong use of finances. They're doing all type of things, laundering money. You a corporate employee and you seeing all these different things. All right. Guess what, y'all? If you threaten to speak about it or tell somebody because you don't want to be a part of it, the financial dumping and the financial fraud, the doing illegal things, guess what? If you say I'm gonna start talking about this, they just may fire you. They just may threaten you with lawsuits. They just may, come to your door. Why? Because you are a threat. You have information, and they gotta vindictively silence you. Period. We don't need this hitting front page news. We're going to keep on laundering this money. We're going to keep on doing what we're doing. The point is, y'all, is that you know too much. So let me go ahead and silence you. Let me take your platform. You get what I'm saying? Let me take your platform. All right. Now, here's the funny thing, y'all. I got to add this, y'all. That's why you see a lot of stupid people famous. Yep. That's why you see a lot of stupid people rich. You see a lot of people stupid. You see a lot of stupid people and stupid people rich and famous. You know why? Because they are not afraid of them exposing the industry. They are not afraid of them talking about things that really need to be talked about. That's why they put an ignorant person in front of a camera and a microphone. Okay? They place an ignorant person in front of a camera and a microphone because you don't got nothing of value, worthiness, or even intelligence to say. It's a reason why some of your favorite celebrities don't have the slightest bit of education. And I'm not talking about a degree. I'm talking about the education of self, the education of their people. You dig what I'm saying? So when you know too much, they're going to vindictively silence you. No, we want to perpetuate an ongoing cycle of negativity so the next generation can be messed up. And then the generation after that can be messed up. And I can keep going, but y'all get my point. You know too much. Number 2 is going to be this right here, y'all. Retaliation. Retaliation. Family, retaliation been going on for a long time. From gang days to the civil rights movement to BC, AD, Bible days, all right? Retaliation. You do something to me, I do something to you. You take something of mine, I take something of yours. And I may take a little bit more so I can prove my point that I'm the alpha, that I'm dominant. It's been going on. Retaliation. So, for example, y'all know we all love Michael Jackson, all right? My favorite entertainer of all time. I don't care. Listen, y'all, I'm going to say this respectfully. I love Prince, and I think Prince is phenomenal, okay? But don't come talking to me about Prince being better than Michael Jackson. No, Michael Jackson, hands down, all right? Just a little sidebar. But the point is, y'all, is that, getting back to the point, Michael Jackson, all right, they retaliated on him. So he had a conflict with Sony. He had multiple conflicts, but we'll talk about this one. He had a conflict with Sony in 2002, where he publicly accused Tommy, I think it's Matala. Some of y'all may know him. I think he's an executive or some type of higher up in the industry. But Tommy Matala, he said that he was a racist and he was devilish, okay? Now, we all know that people in the industry are devilish, all right? And we all know that racism still exists, okay? However, y'all, that's what he came out and said. And on top of that, he had a piece of, not a piece, but he had ownership of the Beatles catalog, all right? He had ownership of the Beatles catalog. And so they was trying to force Michael Jackson out that contract. You know, they was trying to take his ownership. They couldn't stand it. Michael Jackson was a bad boy, okay? He had the Beatles catalog. That was crazy. However, y'all, retaliation. We gonna silence you. Y'all remember when he was going through those court situations? It was a lot of kids saying that he was touching me. Come to find out that the parents were the ones who came out and said, well, the kids came out and said it, but it was the parents who said that, told the kids to lie so they can get some money. When you going through legal trouble and legal problems and issues, you can't talk. That's silence. They vindictively silenced that man. And there was other things that was going on too. However, y'all, I believe the biggest thing was with that catalog and him going against those higher ups, high ranked people, how I'll be telling y'all about. But the point is, family, is that was retaliation. We're going to make you be quiet. You can't talk. You can't do anything. You can't go nowhere. You're going to be a prisoner to your own success, a prisoner to your own glam, a prisoner to all the things that you have accomplished. You got a lot of money, but you can't touch it. We're going to silence you. And that's what they did to Michael Jackson, all right? Number 3 is going to be this right here, y'all. Big dog syndrome, okay? Yeah, big dog syndrome. So when a person have big dog syndrome, they will vindictively try to silence you, right? Like, you can be saying anything of value, anything that is informative and insightful. They don't care about it. I'm finna big dog you in front of everybody. And not just only because I want to big dog you, but my girl in here, y'all, you know I'm about to big dog you, okay? Some women try to big dog other women because her man in there, all right? Or somebody that she know is in there. So it's both genders. But they will try to big dog you, family, vindictively trying to silence you. You follow what I'm saying? Going right back to it. I know this is like a month ago now, you know what I'm saying? But Cora Holcomb and Anton Daniels. Cora Holcomb tried to big dog Anton. You follow what I'm saying? The reason why is because Anton don't carry himself like a street dude. And I don't even see Anton as a street dude, if I'm being honest. However, you don't got to be street to still be a man, okay? You don't got to be street to still be a man. You can still be a man and stand on business. You can still be somebody who handle themselves in a sophisticated and business-oriented way, all right, without having to be a punk. The point is, y'all, is that Corey thought he was going to big dog him one, okay? And what happened is that he seen that ain't who he is. You follow what I'm saying? Now, we can debate it all day and talk about, oh, ain't nobody throw hands. But listen, y'all, anytime a person stand up for themselves, that in itself shows that I'm not going to allow you to big dog me. And that's exactly what Anton did. He stood up for himself. However, y'all, the point that I'm making is when you're trying to talk and when you're trying to have your conversation and when you're trying to express your point of view and they big dog you, that's them trying to vindictively silence you. And that's the same thing, once again, Cora Holcomb tried to do with Anton. I'm going to say my piece. I'm going to speak my points. I'm going to say what I want to say. And if you got something to say, then I'm going to big dog you. You know what I'm saying? Number 4, negative gossip and rumors, okay? Negative gossip and rumors. Y'all remember the new person, whoever moved to your school, you follow what I'm saying? The new person who moved to your neighborhood, your block, or whatever the case is, and that new person had the nerve to reject somebody. Yeah, y'all, them new people, boy, they used to have an attitude on them, boy. Or let me play God's advocate. I don't even think that it was an attitude, but I think it's more so trying to get to know people, all right? Trying to feel people out and not really knowing who it is that's in front of me trying to befriend me. So I take that back. I understand why new people move that way. However, y'all, Either way it goes, they still rejected somebody. Once they reject somebody, if that person don't have, and most times kids don't have this mindset, if that person don't have a mature mindset, guess what? They about to go out here and spread rumors about their person. They about to start gossiping about their person. I heard she peed the bed. Or I heard he got beat up on the east side. Or I heard this happened to him. And now, before you know it, you a new person with an old reputation. You thinking that I just moved over here and I'm probably gonna make new friends, but just because I rejected somebody as a friend, I rejected somebody as a girlfriend or boyfriend, I rejected somebody because I didn't want to hang out with them. Now they spread rumors about me. That's the same thing with yourself, y'all. People have spreaded negative gossip, negative rumors, negative things about you and created a terrible reputation, all right? Simply because you said no, you didn't do something they wanted, all right? You wasn't able to be taken advantage of, used, the list goes on. We know what you're saying right now? It's that negative gossip and rumors. That's why they tried to silence you. They don't want you to have friends. They don't want you to have, a sustainable career. They don't want you to be able to make money for yourself. They don't want you to make a living without them. So we're going to silence you vindictively through negative gossip and rumors. Number 5 is going to be this right here, y'all. Last thing, you challenge authority, okay? You challenge authority. And family, let me just say this right here, y'all. You're not problematic because you challenge authority. There's nothing wrong with challenging authority. There's nothing wrong with it. Listen, y'all, if I ever had a child, I want him or her to ask me questions. I want them to ask me, why is it this? I want them to ask me, well, why do I have to do this? Because I want them to be informative. I'm not trying to keep them under control. I want to keep them under guidance, but not control. And no, I'm not saying that somebody is your daddy or vice versa. I'm just saying that authority is a leadership position, no matter how you want to slice it. I don't care if you're 55 years old and somebody happened to be 21 and they are your boss. It happens all the time. Or you are 21 years old and somebody is 65 and they're your boss. Either way it go, when a person is in authority, they are in a leadership position. What I'm saying, y'all, is this right here. It's the person who asks questions, okay? The person who asks questions. They asking question after question because they're trying to get understanding. They're asking question after question because they're trying to figure out, why is this happening? That's a form of challenging authority. Now, yes, y'all, could it be somewhat that you don't like authority and you don't do well with authority? Maybe so. However, there's nothing wrong with asking questions, and it's all in how you ask those questions, all right? You don't got to be a butthole, but getting understanding, think of that word again, y'all, understanding, is nothing wrong with it. And when you challenge authority too much, they're going to try to silence you. Y'all remember on, what it was, y'all, Holy Moly Donut Shop, Friday After Next. All right, when Craig and Daddy kept on asking, what happened to the last security guards? What happened to the last security guards? Like, what happened? Buddy, you asked too many questions. Vindictively silenced them. You don't want to tell me what happened to the last security guards, knowing that I need to know. I'm asking questions, which is a form of challenging authority. They don't like it. Vindictively silencing you. Does that make sense, y'all? Drop in the comments to let me know. But family, we're going to do a recap and then we'll conclude this video. Number 1, y'all, you know too much. Number 2, retaliation. Number 3, big dog syndrome. Number 4, negative gossip and rumors. And number 5, y'all, challenging authority. Y'all already know how we do. Y'all make sure y'all get a Yes Sir t-shirt, Yes Sir hoodie, book a one-on-one session with your boy, and you can check out any one of my books. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Keep a rich mentality. Peace.